It does look like we are ready to jump into this now, guys. So let's take a look at those picks. And it's going to be starting off pretty straightforward here. The Nyx pick for deathr0w and the Anarchy pick for br1ck, and he also goes over to that Ranger pick. Wow, really quickly, actually. The Sorlag and then the Ranger. These guys know what they want right at the start.
Looks like these are very typical picks for them based on how fast the selection was going. I like Anarchy on this map. You can really get around Sarnath quickly as Anarchy. So it can, the speed of his passive really pays dividends on this map.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're loading into it now, guys, and then we'll be jumping into this as the tournament continues, as we continue to see these players push forward and possibly some new faces begin to unfold. We'll see if there's any surprises to be found here in this match. Well, the players have now loaded in. It looks like we can actually get started with this one as soon as the warm-up has completed here. Both these guys, you can see them getting warmed up now and on their picks on this very big and beautiful map as well. And deathr0w is just having a bunch of fun with this scope. We're gonna move away from that one for a second.
That's switch.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much fun, it seems. All right, so, but yeah, moving over to this map, and again, as a quick reminder, folks, these are best of 3s in the sets, but in the maps themselves, it's a best of 5 rounds. So 3 kills to win the round, and 5 rounds to win the map, and then 2 maps to win the set. Is the way that things will be playing out. Let's jump into it, though. We'll start off by looking at deathr0w's perspective here and see how he plays things out. Starting off, gets that nice build-up, and okay, hopping around with the gauntlet, probably not the best way to go about things. It seems like he's going to leap back down here, try to find himself a better duel to take next.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck he was thinking there. I mean, come on.
He's still leaping around with that thing out.
You got to be ready to at least have your active ability go and spit on the guy.
Yeah. What is he? Is he like just going to go? Is he trying to like... Okay, there we go. I was about to say like... Seemed like he was going to stick on it there for a moment. But back to normality now. As br1ck also gets ready to take the duel versus his opponent there. Beautiful combo. Does so much damage over to the Sorlag. Unfortunately, the Sorlag had built up quite a bit of a nasty stack there, so has a lot to work off himself. But another rail connects. deathr0w returns the favor, but he's now down at 9 HP. Can't take another hit, but seems okay to take that fight. Tries to go for the long-range spit. However, his opponent's already long gone and is bailed out to try and look for a better angle to take this engagement on.
Fortunate to be alive there. Very fortunate. I mean, he did land a good 180 rail. I mean, but br1ck could have probably pushed the machine gun. He should have recognized how low he was.
Okay.
Didn't matter.
And there we go. br1ck with the quick kill there to finish things off. deathr0w does not get himself to safety nearly as quickly as he should have, so he ends up getting knocked out nice and early here in the first minute of the round, and that's going to give br1ck a little bit of an advantage to work off of here as he brings it down to the 3v2.
That's an error on deathr0w's part. So when he respawned here, even though he was low, you should recognize that both the mega health and the heavy armor were essentially on the same timer. So he left it up there. He just gave it to him for free. That's why it was sitting there. He didn't. So, you know, if the opponent goes for one, you go for the other. I mean, because you can't be in both places at the same time.
Yeah.
So that was definitely an error on his part.
That's given br1ck a nice little... You can already see here, too, still sitting on the extra health and the extra armor from that pickup. He's going to lose the armor now as he just hit himself, but the spawn should be coming up in a second here. Now, he had a little bit more of a split. However, he did give his opponent access to the armor pickup, so he's actually stolen it from him here. Now, trying to take the fight, but that missed rail is going to bring him down to just his HP. Lost the armor now, but the rails keep connecting. He needs maybe one more in order to seal the deal here, but he's also very, very low, so br1ck does have to give up the fight and go back scrambling for health.
Yeah, br1ck hit some excellent rails there, but poor weapon selection. He shouldn't be shooting the rocket. He should have been shooting rockets and stuff from that position. He should have been shooting the rails, especially at that angle. It was just a weird angle to take. He's actually lucky he even hit those shots. I mean, those are low percentage shots he was taking.
br1ck still wanting to dive into this fight, though. It doesn't have much armor built up behind it. Does get the small one to pick up. Nicely found as well. The direct hit with the rocket doing massive damage over to deathr0w. Unfortunately, same as before, br1ck ends up very low, so he does have to give this up. However, they're going to end up in a fight anyway. And deathr0w, beautifully done with that clutch there, brings it back down to a 2v2.
It's like they both didn't expect to see each other at that jump pad. And it was kind of interesting. It was a great rocket, and when he threw him up in the air, that rail he hit him with, holy cow, that was a nice little combo.
Well, deathr0w is going to have an opportunity to build himself up a little bit here now after he did clutch out that 1v1. So... just going to take in his time here, moving slowly around the map to listen for his opponent. See if he can get himself a lock onto where exactly br1ck is trying to move around this map to go for his pickups. br1ck not making a whole lot of noise either, so deathr0w is actually having a hard time of figuring that out. Finally, he's got him locked into a position, though, but also just lost the armor in doing that. So he's going to end up putting himself into a pretty poor spot. Thankfully, the rockets seem relatively on point, so he is able to pick that one up there and force Brick back, at least for now.
deathr0w again. He's taking too long. That mega health was up. He could have ran there quickly, but he's just not being aware of. So the next big play is at this armor, but he can't really go for it. deathr0w should be thinking about green armors, the light armors right now. Yeah, so instead he went to a main area. You can't. So what I mean by go into a main area, he went into a high traffic area, you know, which leads to mega armor, the heavy armor, which was going to be up next. So being so low, you would want to avoid the high traffic area, which he did not do, and he died.
Yeah, so that has put things back down into a huge advantage for Brick here, and he's going to look to capitalize on it now and just completely shut this one down if possible here. Not going to find that opportunity just yet, but both players being down to just their health pools now. deathr0w is still kind of trying to hunt around the map here. See if he can locate Brick. And also going for some pickups, hopefully, here to restore his health a little bit better. Brick still in good shape, but at the moment it's relatively evenly controlled across the map here. Brick, good combo though, gets himself over to the rails, just barely misses that second one, however corrects it on the third and goes for the closing shot to finish things off. So Brick is going to be able to close out there and take the first advantage in the round.
Pretty evenly matched, but both players need to work on their map awareness, in my opinion. They're losing track of their opponents, and you can see some of these engagements they're getting into are not ideal. But it's anybody's match based on that. I mean, it really is somebody's going to land some of the better shots.
Well, Brick's going to pop his active here, gets himself good positioning as to his opponent, but misses that rail. And now he's going to start from ground zero here to try and build up a new advantage. Just sticking in this room. Oh, I was really looking for a rail shot. However, missed it. And now, well, his opponent can just follow him with that other portal in the middle. So there's no escaping deathr0w right now. He wants to take this fight to its bitter end. And he might just be able to get that as that last rail moves out. Brick, unfortunately, the rail shot's just not going his way. And for deathr0w, all of them seem to be going his way. So he does get that first kill. Yeah,
and Brick made an error. He's trying to push in that area with lightning gun into a rocket. You know, you don't want to do that. And he ate a rocket going in, and then he was low, and then one rail from the finish.
Well, deathr0w going to take this fight now right up in the face of Brick. However, still able to win. Nice rails there. Brick just ends up with the low ground. Can't contest up on top. And, I mean, deathr0w still plenty of health to play off, even on the Nicks, too. Another direct rocket hit, too. Even knows,
too aggressive.
Even knows his opponent's not even going to pop that dart. So there you go. 2 casual hits, and that's going to finish it off. Gets traded 1-1 now as deathr0w finds quick revenge in round 2.
Yeah, Brick very, very poor off the spawn. Very poor off the spawn. He needs to rethink what he's doing when he respawns. You can't just be like, oh, there's a railgun, I'm going to run straight for it. Like, you know, where's your opponent? Where's your opponent? Where's your opponent? That's what you should be asking yourself that question constantly in a duel.
Okay, deathr0w here now. Ready to take on the next fight, and oh, he's gotten him. He's found him out while he's inside. The problem is, doesn't really have anything besides that armor pickup that he got. He's got a rail now, so can look for the opportunity to pick up a duel. However, hit by the rocket, and again, going up against the Ranger here is going to be a little bit difficult, although the nice little fadeaway rail gives him a bit of working room here, but still can't afford to take that fight just yet. He's kind of going to have to very carefully skirt around, maybe picking off little bits of damage on the Brick, but not really going for the fight until it's early time here as he gets that other armor pickup. Now he may be able to try and jump back in and engage once he gets to a better position. Just not figuring out where Brick is exactly. Both those players have been having that issue so far. As you can see, they're both very carefully kind of crawling around, but Brick crawls right into the open and right into such an easy rail shot for deathr0w. So that's going to suck for Brick, as he's now lost quite a bit of his power. He's going to try to flank around with a dire orb. Just misses that top platform. I think he shot it a little bit too low there.
He's making a mistake here. He just gave up the heavy armor doing that.
So now that's going to give deathr0w a huge advantage to be able to take this next fight.
Yeah, that was just poor by Brick. I don't know if he lost track of which was spawning when, but yeah.
I think he really wanted to commit to actually like just taking the fight there on the catwalks inside. But
he decided that he made that decision way too late. He should have made that decision 10 seconds before he did.
Still staying alive for right now as he's kind of just dodging responsibilities against deathr0w here. He makes it back inside, gets the armor pickup again. He does get tagged by the rail on the way out, though. So he's going to lose a lot of that extra health and be brought down to a much more normal perspective here. Still another 15 seconds to the next one. They're about 5 seconds split right now, so pretty even. However, they're also relatively close together, so you should be able to make that run even with the time split currently.
Right there, this is just total mistake by... That's the mistake by... What was that? deathr0w went in there like that? He had his ghost walk up.
Did he really?
Yeah, he had his ghost walk up.
Oh my goodness.
He could have went in there way earlier and just, like, he could have walked all through that spam with his ghost walk. He just parked right behind him and hit him with a rocket and finished him. Instead, he went around the corner.
And this is going to be awkward, too. deathr0w does have to use the dire ability to get out of this fight. However, br1ck still has his ready. The problem is he also has to eat a rail on the way up. So he loses a lot of his HP, and both just kind of had to back away. Probably dissatisfied on both ends with the result of that fight. br1ck kind of misreading the Q on the sound a little bit there, but regardless, he's going to be able to move and get himself a tank stack anyway, so won't mind that too much, building up to the full stack of HP and armor here. And now, tagged again by that rail, so losing that advantage quite a bit, just back down to normal HP and armor. For deathr0w here. Still just trying to hold his ground by the mega health spawn, but he's so far away from it. So br1ck's able to just walk right in, take it, and walk out. Really didn't even get hit that many times. I think he got hit by like 1, maybe 2 rockets, and it wasn't for that much. This is going to change now, though, as they're in a close-up battle. 2 perfect rockets and the rail follow-up from deathr0w, and he will get that second kill now, or the first kill, excuse me.
Yeah, br1ck thought he was a wide receiver in the NFL there and just decided to hold on to those rockets really tight. And yeah, that's the problem when you do that. Yeah, I mean, he ate both of those. They weren't exactly greatest place rockets. He just ran right into them.
And now deathr0w is going to want to try to continue his rampage here, get some good LG damage in, and now over to the rockets. Problem is, did leap into the air, ate the rail shot down at 37 HP. Can't do that again. Thought he would have the capability to finish things off, but not worth it to peek out again. And similar as before, both players come extremely close to getting a frag, but neither one gets it. Right around 50 HP, I think, on both of those players at the end of that battle. And, well, deathr0w finding his opponent, but just finding him a little bit too late. So, again, he kind of has to sit back here. Try to get him out into the open. It's br1ck. He doesn't want to take that fight head on either here. deathr0w still's built up quite a bit of a nasty stack of weapons. Finally, though, able to get him into a position where he can take the advantage. And with that, br1ck, nice little fadeaway rail shot. He's going to do it again here, too. Looking for the possible finishing blows against deathr0w to try and take round number 3 finally.
This would be smart to back off your br1ck. You got 15 seconds left. Just pick your armor. Just you got your stack. You can run.
Yeah, as we did not mention that yet, actually. This hasn't happened so far in the tournament, but essentially with deathr0w not being able to get this kill, he's going to try to go for it. He had to have gotten so close to getting that kill.
Dangerous.
But was not able to do it. That almost went to the OT. So essentially what happens, for those, again, who have not had a chance to check out some of the Quake Champions gameplay and in Duel specifically, essentially if it goes down to the timer, if one player has more champions alive still than the other one, then they will win that round on the timer. If it's tied or if it's even, then it goes to overtime until the next kill happens. So, okay, deathr0w getting some nice easy shots right at the start there. br1ck, well, he's not going to be too well off. deathr0w definitely on the hunt now. So he knows he's got him somewhere close around here, and in the meantime can move in, pick up the mega health. And he's got the spawns like perfectly split up too, so deathr0w is really in great control right at the start of this 3rd round here.
He's in great control because br1ck at the start didn't go for the mega health. He went down for the heavy armor, and based on his spawn, again, I was talking about set plays, he should have went for the mega health right away.
There we go. There's the finishing blow from deathr0w there. Already taking out br1ck's first hit. Was turning it around a little bit towards the end of that fight. deathr0w down to about 100 with no armor. Just going to land that last shot or two that was needed. So ends up losing out there in the first battle. Now into the next one, though, is again same positions as before, too. deathr0w just has this high ground against br1ck currently. He's already connected 2 rails on br1ck. br1ck at 5 HP, can't take the hit at all. He tried to return it, but I think when he jumped, he bounced off that back wall and it messed up his aim a little bit. So misses out and already down to 1 champion left.
Yeah, it wouldn't even have mattered if he hit it. He already got hit with those 2 rails. He's in trouble now. This is probably going to be the finisher.
He's on the run.
Weapon.
Trying to get out of this fight, but just stuck in a corner. The spit. Oh, actually, the return. And I think he's going to be able to eat this damage. Yeah, he should be good.
You know what cost deathr0w there was switching to the railgun like he did. He should have just stuck with the LG the whole way. You got him anyway. But you don't want to switch like he had him in a disadvantage. So just stick with the LG. Yeah, do the spit. You know, was fine, but you should have just stuck with the LG the whole time. You would have been damaging him the whole way.
3,
all right, so
2, 1.
Yeah, so for the first time today, this is actually going to go all the way to round 5. Most have ended at rounds 3 or 4 so far, but we're going to take it all the way this time. And deathr0w didn't even realize, actually, that Brick had pushed back down to that room again. Problem is, Brick lost the power-up, and now he could potentially lose. I don't even think deathr0w realized it yet. It's still up, sitting in the middle right there. So deathr0w, same as before, just runs in and gets this massive stack within the first, 20 seconds into the round. And now he can just get right up in the face of his opponent here, spitting, having a little bit of trouble tracking down where the Ranger is, but over to the SMG to try and finish things off, and the casual rocket to the side to get that first kill.
There you go.
And deathr0w is going to be able to really keep control over these spawns for right now, too. Once again, picking up the armor. A little bit focused on getting this kill right now, taking down the Brick's second champion if he can. So he's not going to go right for the health pickup just yet. He's got him in this corner, so he's going to want to try to use it. He's got to be careful, though, as the visor does have his active up, so he can track exactly where deathr0w is. Let's go on now, though. And, well, even so, deathr0w is still able to hop right back, get the mega health pickup, and keep himself perfectly fine in terms of his health pool.
Yeah, deathr0w's fine. Brick did a nice move there to rocket jump and gain some speed to get out of the little position he was in, because he wasn't in a good one.
He's still giving deathr0w so much to work with, though. So as he once again gets the stack on armor there. Brick's still trying to recover kind of scraps here. Nicely done. Gets his opponent to run right into a rail. Although, in terms of the actual damage it did, seems very minuscule in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, he should have been looking for that follow-up rail. You hit one, you leave to hit one, maybe two, and then you leave. And then you want to try to deny position and make them think about things so you can get one of those spawns.
He's going to try to take this fight, but he really can't do it. He's got him down low. One more shot would have done it. Look at how low the HP was at the end there for deathr0w, but because he had that massive stack built up, and I think he's gotten the last like 3 to 4 armor and health spawns in a row, he ends up taking that one, even though at the very end of it, it did seem like Brick was going to have the advantage, but deathr0w still holds on. He just had so much health to play off of because he's been just going around the ring with those pickups. Now, though, things go a different direction, but Brick dives in, trying to take the fight here. However, a little bit afraid to actually go into that engagement. Ends up just injecting on the way out. He'll go away from this fight, because once again, deathr0w gets the armor. Hasn't gone in. That health's remained relatively open so far, but finally Brick is going to be able to walk onto one of them, and he'll actually take it this time. Out into the open here. deathr0w down below, trying to run over for some of these pickups. I'm not sure if Brick realized deathr0w is here, but he certainly does now, because we end up in an open rail battle. In fact, no, it's back and forth between the rail and LG. Same as before. One player's so low, but deathr0w just not able to find what was needed to hit that finishing blow. He tried to chase his opponent downstairs here to where he thought he was going to go for the armor pickup, but that wasn't the case. Brick's upstairs, I think, running around for some of those normal health pickups before the mega health spawn, as he's now gone for that, too.
Missing sound cues. He should have known he was there underneath that jump pad. Both of them actually should have known they were in close proximity to each other, so they have some work to do in that department. Like I said, their map awareness in terms of tracking their opponents is definitely lacking. They're gonna struggle. Whoever wins is gonna struggle as they move forward in the tournament.
Yeah, deathr0w still trying to figure out where Brick is, as he kind of lost the message on it a while back, along with waiting for this spawn. He's got the armor again, but he did lose the mega health. However, he spotted Brick, saw him going downstairs. Really only 1 or 2 ways to go here, and deathr0w has both of the exits aligned to him, eats that first rail shot, trying to switch around here to get him into a battle, but misses the second one too, so Brick's in a really good spot to dive in and take this fight if he wants to. Goes in, hits that one rocket shot, and nothing else to be seen from him right now.
Yeah, he's got to make a push. I mean, he's got a minute left and he's down 2.
Yeah, deathr0w really just playing with him at this point. He doesn't necessarily need to go for these fights. He just needs to keep himself alive and make sure, even if he loses this champion, really needs to get the other one alive with just under a minute left on the clock now. Brick just ends up on such low HP, unfortunately. He's going to be able to move in, gets himself the health pickup, and oh, beats his opponent to it in a race, too. They ran into each other as soon as Brick picked that thing up. So he's going to be bailing out, trying to fall back a little bit, see if he can put himself into a better position. Just hits that rocket, but look at how much damage he suffered as a result of that now. Thankfully recovers some of that, but he's already lost most of the benefits of the mega health that he got just a few seconds before. Now that with the armor pickup, he locked onto that timer, and now he's on the run for it, and he's going to be able to easily grab that, giving him a little bit more of a pool to play off of here. But same as before, he needs to get into an engagement with just 10 seconds left. It doesn't really seem like he's going to be able to do it, and deathr0w knows this. He's just going to sit in the corner, wait out this timer, let it run to its completion, and off of that, guys, deathr0w is going to be the winner.
Good match. Like I said, they honestly could probably learn a lot playing each other. Very evenly matched, but they need to work on map awareness for sure is an issue for both of them, and also item management. Seemed like they were losing track of which item was spawning when and which one was first. You know, in terms of, you know, there's a pattern, usually mega health is first or the heavy armor, depending on the order, and it seemed like they were losing track of those kind of things. And also some weapon selection could use cleanup in the battles.
Yeah, but close fight though.
Close fight.
Both players definitely having their moments. It just seemed like towards the end of it, in that final round, br1ck unfortunately just couldn't lock down his opponent there after he fell so far behind right at the start too, and really just kind of I don't even think he realized again that he was running low on time there. He just couldn't even figure out where his opponent was, couldn't even take that fight, and was just too skittish for most of the entire 5th round.
And the other thing I didn't understand with br1ck is he did that same. He started in the same spot, and he did the same thing that got him killed in the previous round, and he still ran the same route again and went down to the heavy armor instead of taking the mega health like he should. So.
All right, well, we should be jumping into the second map here in just a moment, guys. In fact, here we go. So let's take a look at the draft and see if they're going to go with something similar, if there's going to be a little bit more mixing it up this time. deathr0w, of course, winning the first map. Wouldn't imagine much of a change from him. We'll see if there's anything different for br1ck, however. No, it's still looking like relative. I think those are the same exact picks, actually. So both players are going to stick with, I think you call that a relatively balanced lineup of champions, right?
Yeah. That's when I like to play. I like to make sure I have a little bit of a mix of everything, so I can do whatever I want based on, you know, what I see my opponent pick, or based on changing situation. If I were to die, you know, what do I think I want to come back with, kind of thing.
All right, well, players have loaded in now here, guys. So as soon as warm-up is complete, we'll get started with our second map. Remember, best of 3s here. So with deathr0w having already one map in his favor, if he closes out on the next one, then that'll be it, and he won't be able to push forward here. But if br1ck gets revenge, then we will go over to a third and final map to decide who our winner will be. It's a relatively open territory here, too, as we saw before. Both of our players definitely having their moments and being able to go at odds with each other. So really, this map could go either way, and it's a pretty decent possibility, actually, that we would be able to see a third and final map. But we're jumping into it, guys, so let's take a look here. We'll start off from the perspective of deathr0w and see what he can do. Well, he's got himself the nail gun, unfortunately, also with the railgun, too. Does hit a nice little fadeaway shot, but still took so much on the initial hit. However, back out, and a little mini peek there brings br1ck super low. He's on the run now, just trying to make sure he doesn't actually run into his opponent. He's got him on lock there. Another railgun shot, but the spit, he's got to be careful. Data hit with the dot. He's going to be able to survive it, though, but not with a lot, so he's going to end up running away, but right into the open where his opponent's waiting for him. Thankfully, he went through that portal, and there's no going back, so for now, he's in an okay spot. He's also given time to go in and pick up the mega health, too, so recovering a little bit, trying to deny deathr0w being able to go for the full armor. However, that's not really his concern currently. He also got hit a little bit low from some of the previous fighting, so he had to kind of run around and go for a couple other pickups, too.
br1ck's in good shape right now. He's got everything. He should have everything timed. deathr0w's the one who's got to kind of scrounge for items here.
He manages
I see that's the item. Yeah, that's the item management right there. deathr0w didn't even know that was literally up right next to him when he ran away. He didn't know.
And Brick just walks right in and takes the spools. And now he's going to jump right up, try to go for the armor spawn. Now, deathr0w definitely realizes this is happening this time. He's got his eyes locked onto that one. But still, deathr0w not ready for it. Misses the rail and didn't do much damage with the rocket as far as I could tell. So Brick just gets them both. Now he's ready. He's just going to actually get in and make this engagement. That was his problem in the last map. He was so skittish, didn't really want to seem to actually jump in and take any fights. And by getting hit by that rail is pretty much going to put him right into that state again. But spawns are coming up in a second, so he could just repair himself and get right back into the fight. Connects the rail. His opponent misses his.
Yeah, deathr0w, you just want to stay around this backside. Try to put damage on him when he gets the major items.
Both players brought relatively low here. Oh, deathr0w gets red, down to 40 HP, has to back out, giving Brick the armor pickup. But I guess Brick, he tried.
He's out of ammo.
Oh, he was out of ammo, so misses that jump. Quick run around though to correct that and go for the pickup. So he still ends up with the armor at the end of it. It looked like he just missed it or something at first. I didn't realize he was out of ammo. So.
Oh, he missed it all right. With the click.
Missed his ammo count. That's what he missed. Oh, Brick. Both players actually super passive again. Just kind of sitting back and crouching, listening. I think in a moment here, yeah, Brick's going to crouch right into it. He hears his opponent jumping at the last second there, so can get prepped for that. Does a pretty decent amount of damage, but same as before, man, just doesn't want to go in for that. So ends up backing away, and he gives Brick a little bit of opportunity. Now he's going to dive in for the fight, though, and right up in his face with the rockets. Finally gets that kill.
Good play by Brick. Good play by Brick. Like, he used his sight. He saw him. He could have done that, honestly, a second earlier, but at least he did it. I was thinking the whole time when he saw him, like, you got to get up there and get it.
So deathr0w over to the Knicks now, and already losing about half the HP on it, too. He's got to be careful with that kind of play style. Brick is allowed to retreat. Now he's going to go hunting in the meantime. deathr0w still trying to get his basics picked up here. Does find a time to go in for the armor pickup, but that's already gone. He's down to just basic armor, and now 1 HP just gets that pickup.
So low.
Oh, now he's just spamming rockets at that spawn spot too, making sure that Brick doesn't follow him. What's Brick
I'd just like to point out that mega health that Brick just picked up's been sitting there for about 30 seconds.
Well, I got into that fight, and then after that, specifically deathr0w is just stuck in that corner, so. Nice switch over from Brick. He hits the rail. Didn't realize he dropped down, however, as the pop of the stealth did move into the last second. So deathr0w is able to go back around, get up top, get the summer pickup. That's a bit risky, but thankfully Brick's long gone. He's over in this other hallway in the rocket spawn room. And once again, neither player really able to get the other one into a good position to lock it down. That could change right here, though. deathr0w once again putting his opponent into a bad spot here. Brings Brick to the brink, but misread where he actually went, it seems like there. Thought he actually went around and over into that other hallway when in fact he went down, so hoping he also as well could have gone up through the portal there, but not the case, stuck down below, and once again deathr0w eats a pretty hard amount of damage as a result of that.
Just got to make a play here.
Yeah, once again, same as before, we're down to the timer essentially, just 15 seconds left here. Brick has to get a kill in that time in order for this to go to OT, and deathr0w knows this now. He's sitting back. He's going to sit in a very tucked away corner, trying to keep himself alive. Still decent amount of time before both of those spawn. It's going to go away, and yeah, Brick's got this on lock again, just waits up the timer, and he's going to get round one.
Good round, close round. Again, man, item management. It's a little frustrating sometimes. I watch these guys walk off. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, the item's right there, and he just ran off.
Round 2.
Yeah, I think towards the middle there, especially after the first kill happened, well, the only kill happened, they got like really focused on fighting each other, especially the player respawning there, especially when deathr0w respawned. It kind of seemed like they were a little too focused on fighting each other, and that's why that power went unused for such a long time. Brick's going to get tagged, though, early on here. Loses pretty much all of his armor. And now, well, Brick's going to dive in, or deathr0w is going to dive in, take that duel. He's in the LG, and then the rocket to finish things off. He'll pick up the first frag of the round.
Good push. Yeah, I mean, he had all the stack, and then on top of that, he had the weapon selection.
Yep. That initial rail, too, just completely destroyed the HP there for Brick, and he had nowhere to run, essentially, unless he went up top and tried to go around. But there was a chance his opponent could have been there. Nice theft of the power up there from deathr0w. Uses the dire up to swing up top and steal that armor away so that he can keep full control for the time being. Now he's going to wait. Definitely hear Brick leaping around in there, trying to go for that mini armor. Knows he's probably going to dive downstairs now with the spawn coming in soon. He's ready to take this duel. Keep in mind, he does have the big health advantage, but br1ck dives away, and that's going to give deathr0w what he needs here. But, oh, deathr0w backs away at that last second, and what gives the power up over to br1ck? So br1ck gets a little bit more of a health boost here. deathr0w getting tagged by that rail at the last second, too, so he's now down at 39 HP. br1ck still has a little bit more to play off of. Both are one-shot, though, to a rail. That'll change now, obviously. But, oof, just as br1ck thinks he's safe. Returns the damage a little bit. Still down kind of low here, but nicely done. The long-range shot right at the end catches the trade, and we go down to a 2v2.
I would just say if I was deathr0w's coach right now, I would be really frustrated.
Oh, br1ck with another shot, too. So that's already going to pretty much destroy most of deathr0w's armor that he picked up there. As br1ck just moves in. He's going through the motions here. The armor's up 2, but unfortunately the Nyx has already taken that, so deathr0w is going to have that. But deathr0w's not really being quiet about his movement here. br1ck, valiant jump. Just barely missed it, though, but he's going to be able to pour it in, get a decent amount of damage off on that. And I'm guessing that the stealth was on cooldown there, as deathr0w just kind of sat there and ate that damage, losing already his second champion in this round.
Nice aggressive play by br1ck. deathr0w clearly wasn't ready for it. He had his railgun out and he missed the rail. He should have probably just used a rocket. Again, weapon selection. Really got to maximize, the weapon effectiveness.
Oh, so much damage being done by br1ck too. Direct rocket hit, follow up on the rail. He got hit as well, but he is able to go for that mini peek, finishing it off and dominating the second round.
Poor position sitting on the low ground. I know he hit that one, and maybe if he hit one more rail, he probably gets the kill there. But again, poor position. You're giving the advantage to your opponent.
Round 3, fight.
Nothing and everything makes
Let's jump into it here now and see if br1ck can get himself a nice 3-0. Only to get 1 kill in the first round, dominated the second round, and he's got his chance now to close out here and take things over to a third and final map if he can take this third round with quick succession. He's already got his opponent on lock. Knows he's inside of this hallway here. Hits him with the rail, trying to dodge the rockets. These rockets are really off point right now, so the deathr0w moves in. br1ck doesn't want to fight any longer, though. He's gonna bail out of here for a couple extra seconds, give himself some time to go for a few pickups, and wait and see if he can re-engage, which he does. Another rail connection from him, but he also gets hit on return. And he's gonna have time to move in, get this armor pickup now too. br1ck definitely seems to be in control of the map currently. Just has to make sure he doesn't find himself in a poor position when he actually goes into fight here.
It's actually fairly even with stacks. So he needs to be careful with picking his engagement. Both guys right now are kind of in a hunter position. Neither guy really has a great advantage. So it's whoever's going to pick the next engagement properly who's going to get control of the map or get the frag.
Spawns are pretty even too. br1ck, he's going to go for it here. He's got to be careful of the rockets already, but he's able to dive in. And that power-up was still sitting on the ground. He missed the deathr0w, though. I think he wanted to toss it inside and try to pour it over to it really quickly to steal both of them. Yep. So he missed that opportunity. And deathr0w realizes his mistake there just in the nick of time. So he's able to go back and pick that up.
I don't know what br1ck... I mean, I know what he was thinking there, but come on.
he took so much extra damage to try and get that little armor pickup.
It's not worth it, man.
So br1ck's gonna dive back in. He does get this armor pickup though on the way back. However, it took so much damage from deathr0w. He got tagged again. So he's lost his armor completely now. Same for deathr0w though. He's not looking much better himself. So more than likely these guys are kind of just gonna sit back.
That's the money shot.
br1ck into the fight with deathr0w. Nicely done, juking around br1ck all over the place there, and great combo kill to be able to take out the first champion of this round. He'll get the advantage. And maybe deathr0w is not just going to give up completely on this map just yet. Maybe he's got a little bit of fight left in him. Just over halfway into the first round here, and he's got his opponent on lock too. He's got that armor pickup, but that's not going to last very long. deathr0w just completely tracing out his opponent there on the LG for the second kill.
Yeah, that's a position you don't want to be in when your guy has a lightning gun jumping that heavy armor. As you can see, I mean, he just pegged him. I would love to see what his accuracy was for that little stretch, because it was high, I can assure you. Oh, no. See, that's a miscalculation on deathr0w's part. So why not wait by the portal, take that last rail shot, then go through? His opponent didn't have a railgun. So he's, it's failure to recognize the arsenal of your opponent. He had a tactical advantage by just using a railgun at that point.
deathr0w with a great spawn here, though. He's going to be able to move and get himself the armor and the health. Now he can just go for this fight, too. He's going to port right up on. Actually baits him into thinking he's going to port and then goes right for his face as he does close out on that last kill and finally puts himself into this map as he takes control of round number 3.
Yeah, good use of the orb there, and recognizing that he had his, his opponent in a position to get the kill. I mean, in this, it's only 3 frags. You really got to take advantage of it. If you got a chance to get a kill, you should take it.
Yeah, he took that beautifully. So nicely done by deathr0w. Some great frags coming out from him, and a very smart play right at the end there too, with the usage of the deathr0w to kind of bait his opponent, making him basically just look the complete opposite direction so that he can get so much free damage that by the time the last player there even realized it, well, it was far too late, and there was no recovering in that 1v1, especially in that kind of closed off corridor that deathr0w finally managed to lock br1ck into. And br1ck specifically here, still trying to hop around for a few pickups at the start of this round. He did get himself the mega health before, and he's going to do it once again here. No, this is just as br1ck was, or this is just as deathr0w was trying to dive in there too. So a slight mistake is only to actually give deathr0w the first kill, as br1ck will lose his visor.
Yeah, I don't think deathr0w was ready for him to jump down like that, because it technically was not the right play, and that's, but he did it anyway, and he ended up paying for it.
deathr0w still forced to fall back a little bit here. Spawns are coming in about 3 to 4 seconds for the health, and just over 5 seconds now for the armor.
I don't know if it was being down 2-0 or what, but deathr0w knows now. He's taking a little more care with listening to sound cues, and he's predicted br1ck a couple times really well in terms of just listening and track your opponent.
Tags onto the rail there nicely as well. So br1ck forced back a little bit here, and oh, those rockets messing up his aim. Just barely missed that rail shot, and now he's got to go running. deathr0w not chasing him yet, but he has locked him into this corner where he can leap back in, try to finish it off. deathr0w throws him off a little bit, but still, deathr0w is able to follow through, getting that second kill now. And he can actually just go right for the final one as well. Gets him into a corner. A little bit careful. He uses the deathr0w to get outside of it, but the Ghost Walk is going to be able to keep the Nyx alive currently. He's trying to run. The Nyx is on the chase. Wants to finish off the kill, but deathr0w turns it around at the last second. Even though he died, it doesn't matter. He took down the last champion, and he wins the round, tying it at 2-2. He was so low there.
Yeah, that, oh man, the rail, I mean, even though he won that, he should have had the rocket launcher out there. He's lucky he got that rail shot. He really is lucky.
He had to hightail it out of there real quickly, but worked out okay. deathr0w, he's back into this game now. And well, now we could be looking at just a straight up 2-0. Was looking, I mean, br1ck was just dominating the first 2 rounds, but deathr0w came back alive. Well, once again, just like our last map, this is going all the way to round number 5 to see who is going to be able to close out here and push forward in the event. deathr0w, nice and quiet, listening out, trying to find out where br1ck's moving here.
Now, to point out for some of the newer players, deathr0w, he's trying to be quiet, he's moving around. If you listen to it, that hum you're hearing from his weapon, the railgun, your opponent can hear that. And same with the lightning gun. It has a buzzing sound. Your opponents can hear that. So even though you think you're sneaking around with the railgun, you're not really sneaking around.
So ends up back, connects onto the rail shot, however. So br1ck's on the run. He's one-shottable by the rail again if he gets hit. A rocket as well. It's been just a second or 2 of LG spray. He's going to finish him off. So he's going to be a little bit careful right now until he can recover that. Thankfully, deathr0w's given him the chance to. He's going to hop around himself to rebuild a stack, which he's done now. And with spawns coming up in a second, too, I think he's looking to control both of these halls if he can. Gets into his opponent, moves in, lets him get the full health pickup, but so much damage being done by him. However, he's also taking a lot of it, too. Look at how low he ends up at, while still wanting to take that fight. Jumps up, gets himself the armor, but still down at 14 HP. He's definitely not going to want to take this fight just yet, as he needs to recover some of that before he can go back in. Tags onto a rocket hit right as he's falling away. Doesn't need up too much damage to hit that shot, so.
Yeah, deathr0w's still in the power control position right now, but he needs to be careful. He's not like out of harm's way.
He didn't use that position too well in the last spawn run, though. He's gonna get it this time, I think. He's got health under his control, and he could try to jump up to the armor too. Yeah, he's just gonna go right for those. Doesn't matter. That ability cooldown's really short with only 20 seconds on it, and you can even reduce it as well by going for the pickups. So he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind using it right there to just get himself a nice little tank stack. Now he's also going to be able to get br1ck into the open, locking him down. Nice damage being done. Just over 50 HP left for br1ck, as he is given room to fall back a little bit here. And again, deathr0w diving down below to wait for the next set of timers where maybe he can take advantage on it. br1ck stuck in the corner. He does have the spawn coming up in a moment, but how much damage does he need to take in order to get that pickup? Gets it finally. and misses that fadeaway rail shot as he tries to retreat. So it doesn't end up in the best of straights, unfortunately, after he finally gets that pickup and escapes out of the fight. However, deathr0w still took damage himself, and now he's going to take even more. Both players low. One rail shot on Brick will finish him off, but it's the same story for deathr0w as again he uses that dire orb to bait. Oh my goodness, Brick just looks right at it, expecting the teleport to come back in, but no, he just uses it to get his opponent to stop moving around so that he can line up that last rail shot.
He got the kill, but man, he's got to work on that weapon selection, going for those rails and stuff. After he hit the first one, he had him in a kill position. You know, you can move in with machine gun, lightning gun, rockets. You don't have to hit, you know, every single follow-up rail. That's for anybody who's watching. You know, get them in, get their. You got to recognize that their stack is low, and push with alternate weapons that you don't necessarily need to have perfect accuracy with.
And the second kill from deathr0w there too. He was stuck inside of a corner, but still managed to just give him a moment. I think Brick backed up when he noticed that too. So, but he's back into it now, so they should just start fighting again. But yeah, that second kill we saw from deathr0w, he was just put into a corner. I think he got bounced right into it, but somehow Brick wasn't able to actually finish off the kill. So deathr0w gets the advantage there, and now they're just gonna end up in an open rail fight. Well, at least until Brick decides to pop out the Ghost Walk, and now he's chasing it down, but his shot just a little bit too low.
And yeah, and okay, just why? What do you got? Why push with the Knicks? You're one rail shot away from dying. I mean, I know there's timer and everything, but just come on, you're just giving a frag at that point.
Well,
just giving it away.
Well, what a great comeback by deathr0w there. Nicely done. He was down 0-2 at the start of this matchup, and then he went 3 rounds straight to bring it back. So he is going to be able to take control of this matchup here, and we'll hopefully be seeing him a little